Hello, friends. Welcome to the Epic Alchemy Podcast, episode 23. And today I want to tell you about this workshop that I have coming up with Joanne Homestead, who is a copywriting coach. And it is called Magnetize Your Soulmate Clients to Your Email List, Turn Lurkers into Buyers. And I want to share a little bit about what it's about, and then I'm actually going to tell you a story first about why what a good email list can do for you. Okay, if you are someone with a business that needs clients and needs to nurture clients and needs to nurture people that are potential clients, then you probably already know that having an email list is huge. I still run into people who don't have an email list, who have been building online on their social media and are using that to kind of keep up with people and keep track of people and keep nurturing people. But it's hard. It's a hard game to do that on social media, and you don't actually own that platform. So you don't have a list of people's emails. If you end up losing your account or something like that, then you don't have any way to connect with all the people that were following you before. So having an email list is a great way to keep in touch with people. It's also usually the first thing that people read in the morning. A lot of people read their emails in bed before they even get out of bed. So you're really getting intimate with them sometimes. I mean, not that you have to be intimate in the email, but it's a great way to connect with people. And it's timeless, and sometimes I've heard people say, "Oh, email lists or, email newsletters are dead," or whatever. That is so not true. That is so not true, and it's one of the best ways to make sales, to keep in touch and nurture clients that you've had in the past, which are much easier to continue to be clients than to find new clients. There's so many reasons that you want to have a good email list and to keep growing your email list. So, I would tell you a little story about my email list. So, back in the day, when I had my brick and mortar massage and Reiki practice. I would only make money when I was seeing clients. I wasn't, of course, like I never had like a salary or whatever. It was my own business. So it was like I got paid when I see clients. And so I didn't ever get paid time off. I didn't ever get whatever, vacation, all of that. So when I wasn't working, I wasn't making money. I don't know. I've said that a lot of ways, but you get it, right? So I was I had this opportunity to go on a trip of a lifetime, and it was going to be a long trip. It was a friend was getting married in India, and we got invited to go. And I was like, we have to go to this. Like, what? Like, I don't know if I'm ever going to get a chance to go to an Indian wedding in India. Like it was like, oh my gosh, I've wanted to do this for so long. Like, that's just like so elaborate. It's like 3 days and just like over the top, so cool. And I was like, oh my gosh, we have to do this. And so it was gonna take a long time because, well, there's 3 days, but it was, like, 3 days over, like, a couple weeks in different locations. It was in 2 different locations, 2 different cities. And we, of course, like, when are we gonna get back to India? Who knows? So it's like, we wanna spend some time there, and, it was over the holidays, so it was like, we're gonna have a layover in Europe, so we might as well, like, stay over in Europe and, like, visit with family over there. And, so it was gonna be a long trip, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, how am I going to take this time off?" Because I still have, my home rent, I have my office rent that I pay, there's, like, all the bills that I normally pay, and then the trip on top of it, so I was like, "How am I gonna do this?" And I love doing this, like, backwards engineering with lots of different things, but I was like, "Okay, I need to figure out how much money I need to make in order to be able to do this." Because once you figure out how much, and I've found this to be true for me, like, I think I'm like a travel manifester. Like, when I have a trip that I wanna go on, it's like I just figure out how much money I need to make, and then I, like, get to work to go make it, and then, like, magical ways it starts to come through. So I don't know if this is true for you, but it really helps to know how much you need to make and to have a really exciting goal that you wanna make it for, because then it's like, "Okay, I'm just gonna, like, do what I can and, like, be excited and be in the energy of excitement for it, not like the slogging energy or like, "Oh gosh, I gotta do this to, whatever, to pay my bills," or do something that's, like, not exciting, but to do something that's like the bills are wrapped up in that. But it's also a trip, so it's like, I wanna pay my bills, but also I'm going on this trip, so I need to make this happen, and I'm very excited to figure out how I can make this happen. And so actually gonna give you a little bit of, like, my process with this. So this is a little bit like a money manifesting, bonus here, but so I went and I, like, wrote down all of these ways that I could think of, anything I could think of, like, ways to bring in more money. And, that's what I suggest for anyone who's, like, looking to make, some money quickly. So I wrote down anything goes, just blah, just brain dump everything. Like, what else? What else? What else? And kept asking myself, and I put it all on this piece of paper. And then after I was just like, a mess. It wasn't in any order. It was just like total, chaos brainstorm. And so from there, I looked at the list and I was like, okay, what are really, like, which ones stand out as like really viable options and doable, easier, and also like can move a lot quickly, like, it's like, what are, like, the big number things that I could do, like, instead of, like, a million little things, like, what is one thing that I can do that will move the mountain of a million little things, if that makes sense. And so I circled a few things, and so one of the things, and this was actually the biggest thing, was I started promoting on my email. I started promoting to my email list more often than I ever did. I think I I wasn't very good at regularly emailing my list. Well, it was regular, but it was on a very low regular cycle. So it was like seasonally, like, hey, I'm here. And I would do like maybe like a discount offer or something like that for like a single session before, and or just like, talk about the different seasonal changes or whatever. So I was just like emailing my list, but very infrequently. And so for this, I was like, you know what? I need to create packages to sell to my list. And so I created these packages, like larger packages than I normally did, and I promoted it, and I sent out the email, I think, like 5 times in a month. Just kept at it, which now, like, I know with email lists and doing sales, like, you do need to send things out. Like, if you have a promo that you're doing, you need to send it out like 3 to 5 times at least. So, so this is what I did, but I hadn't normally done that. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep talking about it and keep pushing it. And I ended up selling a few packages that were large packages. And I ended up making 2 months worth, like, the minimum that I needed to make was 2, like, the minimum that I need for a month, like, 2 months of that, so I ended up making, like, a comfortable amount for a month and then a double that. So I ended up making 2 months worth of income in 1 month. So I was able to go on the trip, and I did that because I had an email list. Because I email my list. So everybody that was on my list, so there's twofold things here. Okay, so first of all, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did this." Um, and of course, like, I was still getting paid by the time that saw people because it was like a package, but I sold it ahead of time, so I had the money, and then I would just like fit that in with my schedule with like in advance or like in the future. I could just like work a little bit more or whatever. So, but I had that money that I needed to go. And I never saw a dip in my income after that. So I sold that package and it wasn't like, "Oh, now I'm not getting that income because I already sold it ahead of time." No, I just had more people come in. And I actually, because my energy was so lit with like, "Yes, we're gonna make this happen," I actually had more more people booking, like more new people booking on my schedule, like all of this stuff. Like it was never there was never a deficit made by this extra boost in income that I sold ahead of time. Okay. So this was all because I had an email list, and my email list was built with people who were clients, past clients, potential clients, people that came to my website for exactly what I did, who were interested in what I did, who had seen me before. So they were very dialed into the offer that I was making. They were either somebody who's already experienced that offer and could definitely come back and get more, or they were interested in that offer and this was something that was like enticing enough for them to go in on it. So if I had not had my email list, it would have been I maybe could have done it, but it would have been a lot more difficult. So this was just a very low lift way for me to do it. And let me tell you, it felt so good to double my income in a month. And so that is what an email list can do for you. If you have an email list that you're nurturing that it has that has people on it who are interested in what you offer, then you can make sales. You can turn on the money faucet whenever you want. And you can just make offers for people. And if you are nurturing them and you are attracting more people onto your list regularly with things that get them on the list that have to do with what you do, with what you offer, with what you sell, then you can make sales. Then you can grow your business. Then you can sustain your business. Now, here's some things that you might be going through that I've seen with people with their email list. So you might have an email list that is from past things that you've done, and it's not really aligned with the work that you're doing now. So when you make offers, people don't take you up on it. It could be that you haven't been building your list, that you have been like off and on showing up and you haven't been making offers to get people on your list with a free offer or whatever to get them on your list, like list builders, whether it's like a workshop, whether it is a free download or like whatever, like any kind of like things that people want to sign up for your email list for. And that is keeping you from growing your list, like you're just like posting one offer and then you're like, okay, see you later. And you don't come back for a couple weeks and then you're back and you're like, hey, this thing, you're like, oh, nobody signed up for it. I guess that means they don't want it. That could be true. They maybe don't want it. But maybe you're not showing up enough to get them excited about it because people need to see things a lot right now. So it's like more than ever, you have to keep beating the drum of what you're offering and trying different ways to get people excited about it. Like maybe you just need to change the name of it. For example, I have a meditation that I was marketing, and I didn't get that much interest in it. And then I have recently got an idea to change the name of it. I go, oh yes, okay, this is a much better name. It's going to be a very similar meditation. It's probably the same one, but it just has a different name with a different intention behind it, with a different like. Oh, this is what I want, like speaking directly to what they want instead of like the avenue to get there or whatever. So so yeah, and maybe you have had your list before and you were nurturing it and then you dropped off, you ghosted your list. This happens a lot, and I have to say, as someone who has had an email list for a long time, I don't enjoy writing emails, the email newsletters. Sometimes I do. When I get into it, sometimes I'm like, "Oh, this is fun. I'm having fun with it." But most of the time, I am like, I'd rather do a podcast. I'd rather do a video. I'd rather like send a voice note. I'd rather, like do a social media post or whatever." And just because like I don't really enjoy writing that much. But sometimes when I get into it, I do. So I totally get that because I have ghosts in my list a lot of times, and you just gotta come back in. So you might have been somebody who's ghosted your list for a while, and that's okay. Like, these are all scenarios that if you are going through them right now, like, you are a perfect fit for this workshop. So, what it's going to talk about is how to get people on your list if you like with visibility, with showing up, with creating relevancy and urgency for what you are offering to get people on your list. Something that's like super hot and juicy because like there's so much stuff out there now that I think, depending on your industry, but there are a lot of freebies that people have downloaded, and they're just like, "Okay, it's gotta be really exciting." Like, the fact that it's free is not exciting anymore to me. The fact that it's, whatever, a worksheet sometimes people still download worksheets, but it's like, it's gotta be, like, very relevant to them. It's gotta be very specific, and it's gotta, like, solve a problem or be interesting or exciting or something like that. So that's what we're going to talk about there. So that's getting people on your list, attracting your soulmate clients to your list like it's a party that you are inviting them to, getting you excited about inviting people to your list, growing your list on the outside. And we're going to talk about lots of ways you can do that. You can do it for example, it doesn't have to be you're showing up on social media. That is a great way to do it. But if you have a social media block, you don't have to go that way. But just so you know, it's free publicity. It's 100% free. And you can reach a lot of people through social media. But you don't have to do it that way. There are lots of other ways you can do it. And we're going to talk about that. And so we are going to make a plan to be a very actionable workshop. That is my part, is getting like the visibility, getting it out there, creating something that is exciting for people, creating the relevancy and urgency for people to sign up for it, not in a fake way, but something where it's like it doesn't feel like I'm wasting my time to sign up for this. It's something relevant to me and something that I want right now that I'm going to sign up for it. Not something like, I'll do it later or, you know what, I'd rather, file my nails or whatever. I don't know. So it's something that is relevant and urgent. That's what I mean by that. Not like creating fake urgency, but creating something, I would say, like exciting, something that's dazzling to them in some way. Okay, so that is that part, and then Joanne Homestead, who is I think I might have already mentioned, I can't remember, I've been talking about this in a lot of places, but, she is a copywriting coach, and, look at the rainbows on me, I have the rainbows coming in from the sun, I have this crystal thing in my window that, when the sun comes through this window, it creates, prisms and rainbows all over the room. So, anyway, it's so she's gonna be talking about once you get them on your list, she helps people with writing emails to their list. So if you hate writing emails to your list, if you're like, I don't know what to say, I'm not, what I'm writing, like people are crickets. It's like an audience of crickets. Nobody's writing back, nobody's responding, nobody's clicking. When I make offers, when I invite people to things, when I'm selling anything, she is the person who's going to help you dial that in so that you are actually writing emails that convert. So that's the turn lurkers into buyers because there's a lot of people lurking. Lurkers are very quiet and the lurkers do buy. I am oftentimes a lurker. So the nothing, no, no shade to the lurkers, but it's like oftentimes the lurkers are quiet and they're just watching and they're just like waiting and they're weighing their options and they're like, should I do this? They're like just waiting for that one more thing for you to say to push them over the edge. Like, they want sometimes they're like I know for me, I'll speak for myself. I know for me, sometimes I'm like, "I wanna buy that, like, I just need you to talk me into it a little bit more because I'm not sure, like, I've bought a lot of things, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Like, I need you to sell me on this a little bit more." Like, I want to be sold too. When I want something and I'm like, "I don't know, it's kind of, like, a lot, it's expensive, I don't know if it's gonna work for me, but I really want the results." That you're selling. So I need you to talk to my doubts. I need you to sell me on the belief in myself, on the belief in your offer, the belief in you or whatever. So, Joanne is going to talk about that, about helping you to talk to the people once you get them on your list so that you're not ghosting them, so that you're not just like posting into the void and you're not just like writing emails that are not doing anything for you. Because also, if you're just writing to your email list all the time, that's great. But sometimes you need to make offers if you have a business. Okay, so that is so true. So, and if you are not making offers to your list and you do have a business, why is that? And, like, we might talk about that too, about, like, I don't know if we will, but anyway, I will just talk about that right now, like, when people buy your offers, that's when they get the real help, right? Like, you can say so much in an email, and sometimes you can shift somebody's whole mindset with your email, but just think about what happens when they work with you, how much more is gonna shift. I don't know what kind of work you do, but, it's like your offer is the thing that really helps them. So why wouldn't you just invite them to work with you? And you have to tell them often, you have to point it out, you have to invite them. Like, I get so many emails, and, let me tell you, I've been guilty of this too, so do not do not feel ashamed. Um, just, like, not making the offers, not making it really clear what you do, not explaining what you do, imagining that they already know what you do and that they already are fully aware of your program or whatever offer that you have. They are not. I can guarantee you that they are not. Most people are not. They have no idea exactly what you do. I have people that I've known for a very long time. People that the other day, um, a friend that I actually spoke to her group. I did a speaking engagement for her group. She was like, "Oh, what is it? What is your offer again? What do you do?" And it was like what she guessed was not it. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is just goes to show, like, really people don't know. Like, you think they do, they don't." Keep talking about it. Keep talking about it, keep explaining it, keep reiterating it, keep saying it in different ways because people need to hear it so many times. There's so much information and it's like so much to keep track of. And you're keeping track of it, but that's about it. Like, you got to talk about it. Okay. I feel like I'm, this is also like preaching to myself because I know I have growth in that area too that I need to do. So let's do it together. Let's come to the workshop. We're going to talk about all of this and more. I'm very excited. I've been working on my outline for this. We've done this before. We did this last year. Joanne said this was the most visited workshop that she did all year. So this is very popular. But this year is going to be even better because we're like dialing it in even more. I'm very excited. I've been working on this. And coming up with different angles for things and things that are very relevant for right now for this year because this year is different. It's also the same, but it's a little bit different. So there are tried and true things that are always true, and things are a little different, just a little shift. But things are working. You just there's just certain ways to do them, and there's lots of ways to do them. So you're not going to be locked in. We're not going to tell you like do it exactly this way or whatever. We're going to find a way that works for you, but that also works. The works is the main thing. So come to this workshop. It is April 22nd. That is a Wednesday. It's April 22nd at 11 a.m. Central, 12 p.m. Eastern, and 9 a.m. Pacific. I did this all backwards. I'm going to put it in the show notes so that you have it. But it's free. It's a 90-minute workshop, and we're gonna actually get stuff done. We're gonna figure stuff out on like specific to you and give you time to figure out what your plan is. Like, I'm gonna make it very actionable and make it very data driven for you so that you know exactly what to do and have goals to hit, like have benchmarks to hit. So it's gonna be great. So please come. There's gonna be a replay, and I look forward to seeing you there. And I think that's it. I think that's all I gotta talk about for this. All right. I'll see you next time. All right. Bye.